Hey there, guys, and welcome. We are here again, another week of fun and mayhem on Age of Grogu. We are going to be talking a little bit about movie news and a bit of TV stuff that's going on, the other things. We have with us, as always, we've got Jason and we've got Elijah.
Hey, how you doing?
What up?
How's it going? Let's get rid of that. Yeah, guys, how's everyone's week?
It's been going
good.
Yeah.
Went by pretty quick, but then I think about it, and then it felt slow.
Right.
At the same time, it's one of those
quick and slow at the same time.
I can say I feel that. I was working for the first 3 days, and then the last couple of days, like the last half of the week was like going by pretty slow. So
okay, yeah, I guess so. We didn't have there was a few bits and pieces news wise. There was not much on Star Wars news this week. It seems there's a bit of stuff on the novels and stuff, but nothing really TV related. We had a drop of the Book of Boba posted like a week ago, which was kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, I haven't read anything. Have you guys come up with anything? Any recent news on Star Wars TV at least?
Nothing on Star Wars. You're my source on Star Wars things.
Yeah,
Brent.
yeah, good point. Yeah, just throw it out
Star Wars quiet right now.
Yep.
The break. I mean that, and other than the most recent thing is the hotel, but I think we'll talk about that later. Yeah.
Yeah. We can talk into that a bit later. We did finish What If this past week though, which was a lot of fun. I wanted to get everybody's overall thoughts on what the whole season of What If was like to them. So, Elijah, what were your thoughts on What If overall?
I mean, I loved it. It was all the episodes were very different, and then the last two tying everything in with the Ultron and
right.
It was great. I mean, it was a very good series. I could see them continuing this for multiple seasons. It's like something that could keep going.
Yeah.
And just keep playing with. It's like a really nice little Twilight Zone in the Marvel universe type of type of little segments. So they're all great. I can't pick out a favorite in my head, but the last two were like the most. I mean, they were the most recent, but they stand out the most as well too.
Hey, Lavelle, we got Lavelle in chat there. How you doing, buddy?
Hey,
it's Elder Tom Holland. So
I guess I look like old Tom Holland.
Old Tom Holland, yeah. Hang on, did I put that image in there? Yeah. So Jason, what was your thoughts on overall for?
Oh, it was cool. It was really nice to see like cool animation style that I've never seen anywhere else.
Right.
And just to have like What If, the whole What If concept introduced into the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
It's a universe that's already established that I'm a huge fan of. So that was fun to see too, because I like the characters and I'm really invested in them. It's cool seeing them in different scenarios and how they act in certain scenarios too.
Right. Yeah.
Even like repeating, like doing the same conversations but with a different person.
Right. Yeah.
As far as like favorite episode, ones that stuck with me is like the Star-Lord one because of the amount of like cosmic Easter eggs all over the place.
Star-Lord. Oh, the second episode.
Yeah.
The Chitala or Star-Lord. Yeah.
And then the Doctor Strange kind of just had a big impact on me. We see a whole universe get destroyed.
Completely.
And like the birth of this supreme being who's like introduced into this universe too.
Yeah.
So we know that there's this like ultra strong being out there kind of built in his own prison, protecting another universe nesting in there.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it was cool. I mean,
For as far as like, little issues or whatever, if any, some like tone stuff, like the jokes were kind of a bit too much.
Yeah.
Like it's corny, but like, I don't know. It's a cartoon at the same time. And it just reminds me, it's like, oh yeah, we're watching Disney stuff.
Yeah.
And
Disney and more, a little bit more family friendly and like, you can.
Like it is a cartoon. So like, the lines Bucky was saying all the time, just kind of like,
that's the one thing. It's like there's definitely a difference between voice acting for an animated show and acting for a live action show or movie, and I guess there are some actors out there that don't necessarily spark that immediate push, or need a little bit more of a push to actually be able to voice a little bit more in character and things like that.
And like Thor's earthliness, like
philosophy,
like he's so earthly.
This
like the party Thor, he's just like all earth stuff. Like no one references. That's a question too. Like Captain Marvel, like when she confronts Ultron, she's like referencing Terminator. And like, is there no culture in space?
No. Think about it. No. She referenced Terminator 1. She was still on Earth.
No, I know, but she's been out of Earth for 30 plus years. You'd think that she'd run into a movie on some other planet
from Earth.
There's something more. Not from Earth.
From
everyone.
A different movie.
Only reference Earth stuff, implying that the whole solar system has no culture, but only Earth has culture worthy of referencing.
But she would, if she referenced it, and it was a show that nobody watched on like
exactly. But I'd like to see that. I'd like to see that.
Just you'd have to a good name that.
Okay,
what
I get the point. But
it would just sound like dialogue in this movie.
Yeah, it would be lost though on.
But that is something to think about. Like
that's true.
No one ever references anything else, and you think like Star-Lord would find other music.
Right. I was hoping that in that episode he'd have like his own cassette of his own music.
Is there no culture in space that anyone references? Or
I think Wrench has got college in the morning, so he said he may not be able to make it, dude. We'll see.
Study at university, huh?
Study at university, yeah. So anyway, my thoughts. I enjoyed the whole season. I enjoyed every episode in the styles of animation. I did prefer episode 4, which was the Doctor Strange episode. It was very dark, and episode 8, the second last episode of the season, the best. And very much third would be the second episode with Star-Lord Loki. I enjoyed a lot too. I enjoyed it. I'm curious to see where this show goes into a second season. They definitely left it open. I mean, we've got the ability of seeing a cross character of a, if Killmonger ever does escape from that prison with both Vision, no, not Vision, with Zola robot version. Then that could be quite a team up of evil team. Zoltron. Which would be kind of fun.
It's crazy how like we started out with this series of like everything kind of in its own realm, and we ended it with, the only thing connecting everything was the Watcher, and now we have this network of heroes who are connected. So we're going into What If, possibly opening with we shouldn't fail to mention Tony's Sakaar armor. Episode that they skipped.
Yeah.
But we're going back in with like this interwoven universe where there is a connection now. And so we're going to be looking at it differently. And I think there's going to be a wider scope coming around next time.
Yeah. I guess
that's true. I mean, they're going to get into all the multiverse with the movies and with Spider-Man. They're going to open that all up. So if this goes into a second season, they're going to already like be branching off that.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're keeping in mind what's established in the following movies and other shows.
Makes me interested. Yeah, which makes me interested because Eternals. We're going to the movie section here, but Eternals is out next month, and I mean they're probably going to base their own story, but there still has been so far within all the TV verse and any of the feature films. This this group around, with the exception of maybe Black Widow, that it is going to be they'll drop some sort of hint or connection into the next movie, of course, which the next movie after Eternals is into the Spider-Man. So I think we might see some interesting little hints last minute moments of how the multiverse might be breaking apart in Eternals. That's my personal thought.
Yeah, no.
But then they're gonna have a
Hey,
whole
we got
version of. They're gonna have like a whole like celestial side of Marvel, and then they're still gonna have like the Earth stuff because of like Armor Wars, and like Hawkeye, and like Miss Marvel, and like the She-Hulk, I guess. Unless they're all just gonna be cosmic too, like, but there's still gonna be a lot of stuff. Like Earth is still gonna be popping, guys. Don't worry. But then we're also gonna introduce like celestials and cosmic stuff, and
I just want to say shout out there. Hey, AJ from HoloNet Marauders, welcome. Joined. Thanks for joining in, man.
And Loki, yes, I did see your
AJ's
side by side. Your side by side comparison.
Right.
You made.
Found his you found his Bjork account, huh?
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Found my robot arms.
The robot arms from. Okay, is that one of those? Elijah?
Chris Cunningham, legendary music video.
Okay, fair enough. All right, gotcha. Oh, that's cool. With that, what are any other last thoughts on What If before we move on?
I'm stoked on seeing like that missing episode, because like I'd like to see when Tony got sucked into Sakaar. Maybe was it in the first one, or was it in like?
It feels like it was an earlier episode.
Infinity War, maybe. I don't know, but like there's a number of times that he could have been sucked in there, but it'd be like nice to see how they defeated Thanos.
I also like the fact that the Watcher kind of was very adamant about having Tony Stark not be part of this team.
Yeah.
Which was an interesting thing. It seemed like it was almost like a personal like vendetta against Tony Stark.
I don't know. Well, Tony Stark is a certain type of way. You know, it's like a Tony Stark train. It's like Tony would be the leader, and he would just make everybody do what Tony would do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so maybe he would be a poor leader for that group.
Hey, gravitational time.
He was also our red shirt of the series.
Right.
Died.
He really was, wasn't he? Yeah. It seemed a little bit.
Except for that
bit
one.
of overkill for Tony Stark.
That would have been, if they did that episode, that would have been the only one he didn't die in, and he always would just end up doing the cosmic fight with Thanos. That's like his destiny, based on
that makes sense.
What little we've seen.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That universe. So. Yeah, it looks like it could have been like the first one, because he's still like in this one. It looks like he didn't make Ultron yet, which he's like talking about making a suit of armor.
You're right. Yeah, around the galaxy.
Maybe, so maybe like the Watcher's vendetta or gripe with Tony is that he made Ultron.
He made Ultron. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good.
And the Ultron that's causing him to be like, go out and get all these people. And while he's like, while Tony's talking about possibly making a type of Ultron thing, the Watcher shows up. He's like, no, Tony, shut up. Come on, Gamora, let's go.
let's just also make a shout out also to Jeffrey Wright, who voiced the Watcher in you know, the whole season. He was the one follow through, and there was this great cool element of shock and surprise in those last couple of episodes when things go awry, and it sounded so cool and so different.
He's kind of established himself as like like a, what's his name? Morgan Freeman type.
Yeah, he has, hasn't he? Yeah.
Like he's younger, but like been following his career.
Yeah, me too.
Ever.
Yeah.
Like Basquiat. He played Martin Luther King in a made for HBO TV movie.
Well, I'll get into this a bit later, but I'll get into this later as well. But he was also in the James Bond franchise for the Daniel Craig series too.
Best role ever, though.
Yeah.
If you've never seen 2000 Shaq by John Singleton,
I have not. No.
It is worth watching for Jeffrey Wright's role as Peoples Hernandez. If you're gonna watch it for anything, watch it for his role as Peoples Hernandez. Is one of the best performances in movie history. It's awesome. But yeah.
Okay, wait. What's it? 99% of the technology in Marvel movies have been used in our black budget projects for many years. Let that sink in. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, kind of like he
really is a legend.
Military stuff.
Yeah. Jeffrey Wright really is completely like, I mean, he's always been great, but it's like he's more dominant now, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
In
he's
TV and film,
built on a solid career.
Yeah, absolutely, completely. Yeah. So other things I saw this week, Comic-Con had a few drops for a couple of different things. They had a trailer drop for
the New York Comic-Con, right?
New York Comic-Con, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, they had a drop for the new Game of Thrones prequel, which I don't know if you guys have seen or first. I mean, you guys are into Game of Thrones?
I'm the non-Game of Thrones person here.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
I like most people. I loved it until like the last few seasons, and it ended up being a hot pile of garbage. I watched it. I was there for all of it.
Yeah, I was there for all of it too. So I mean, with that in mind, they just dropped this trailer for the new spin-off series, which was called what have I forgotten the name of it?
House of Dragons.
House of Dragons. Thank you. Oh my God. Wow. House of Dragons. It doesn't show a lot. It's going to be
very Targaryen.
Targaryen, like
a prequel 200 years before the Game of Thrones. Yeah. Where the dragons ruled the
thousands of years ago in this universe, and everything's exactly the same.
Yeah.
No one's made any breakthroughs in technology. It's the same type of sword for thousands of years, and no type of innovations pushing that place forward.
Yeah. No, yeah, we want to see Loki season 2. Yeah, Loki season 2 would be awesome.
But it looks like a Targaryen focused with the absence of Targaryens in this last run of Game of Thrones. We're going to be saturated in Targaryens.
It seems like it, but at the same time, that's the only point of view they've shown us on just one little tiny teaser trailer. I'm sure we're going to see a whole lot more.
It's based on like stuff I've heard throughout, like ever since the developments. I see a lot of Targaryens.
Yeah,
right.
Hey, we got Wrench's old account is here. Wrench, you've changed your name, by the way.
The throne looks different. There's more swords.
Yeah, the throne room looks really
and it looks more like the OG concept art. It looks like it actually could cut you.
Yeah.
Which like the true like throne is supposed to be. It's supposed to be like sharp, where like it cut people. And it's
it was a cool new set design that was in there. They altered things in there, which was cool.
So I'm excited just to see how much they invest in this and see how cool it looks, and just not hope it doesn't end up like this last run.
Right. I mean that's the thing. It's like I never really followed any of the books, but there was much better structure in the original Game of Thrones in the first 5 seasons, but it did start to fall apart as things sped up, and it wasn't developed that way in the first 5 seasons. I did rewatch them about 7 or 8 years ago. Here we go. Hang on a second. So Wrench has changed his name back. Okay, so what's that? Okay. Yeah, you meant in Game of Thrones. Formerly known as Wrench is actually Liam's new account. So Liam is actually Wrench. Wrench is Liam, and now we've got Liam in the chat. Okay, Liam. Yes, then. Okay, all right, fair enough. All right, so we sidetracked to our
first 5 seasons of Game of Thrones are that's some good stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, it makes it interesting to see. I mean, I'm curious to see what this new series does. It comes out 2022. So I guess we will be all hooked in to see how this show plays out and what that's
except for this guy up here.
except for Elijah, who
I won't be watching.
He won't be watching. No, exactly.
I'm not a dragons.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, you're not into fantasy. That's fair enough.
Everybody's got their things. I can't like everything.
Yeah. The other trailer
I did like Squid Games. We can start talking about that.
Yeah. Really I was going to say, just before that, just one quick thing. They did also drop a Lost in Space season 3 trailer, which, if anybody hasn't watched it, it's based on an old 1960s series, and I actually enjoyed it. Yeah, I actually enjoyed it. It was a fun series.
Wait, the original or the Netflix?
I watched both the original and I watched all the Netflix shows. They had like 2 seasons of episodes, which was a fun sci-fi kind of based show. It was better than the movie that was done, in the 90s, early 2000s.
The original seasons, the original show had a lot of seasons, right? Didn't it go?
Yeah, they only had 3 seasons, but they had a lot of episodes in each season, so there was quite there was quite a bit of
William Hurt. Thunderbolt
he was in the
Ross
movie.
was in the movie.
Yeah, he
Gary
was in the
Oldman
movie.
And
I remember that.
Yeah.
Matt LeBlanc.
The movie wasn't all that great, but again, if you're
the robot looked cool, I remember that. And don't forget the helmet.
Oh, that thing.
That was cool.
Yeah.
That holds up. Have you seen it recently? That
no, I haven't
clip,
actually.
it
really?
looks good still. Yeah. And it looks better than Stargate. Well, actually, that looks cool.
No, also. Stargate was awesome. I love Stargate.
It's around the same time. They did the.
Yeah. But whatever the case, I just wanted to note it out because it was a trailer that dropped, and they also dropped the Star Trek Prodigy and Star Trek Discovery trailers for those out there, which they've been interesting. I haven't watched the animated shows yet.
Yeah,
I watched the first season of Lost in Space on Netflix, and I was just drawing most of the time, and I didn't. I just remember it being stressful.
Right. Yeah. Fair enough. So Squid Games. We've got a bit to chat about because we have.
Elijah's just never met a dragon. That's why
he's
never met a dragon.
Yeah. So guys, anybody that are in chat who has not watched the Squid Games, we actually are going to go into a massive spoiler alert because the 3 of us have currently seen it, so we do have a bit to talk about. Yeah, there you go. Spoiler alert.
I like that. Spoiler alert.
There you go. Spoiler alert. So we are going to talk probably for the next 5 or 6 minutes on the Squid Games. But if you're,
I think Brent and I both.
I
think Brent and I both crushed it in one day. We just marathoned it all one day. I'm like, hey, I'm on episode 4. He's like, oh, I stayed up all last night and I watched them all. I'm like, okay,
that Band-Aid off.
That's what I'll do. I mean, the first episode is pretty engaging. I saw it online. I didn't watch it, and that first episode is really engaging. You're like, okay, well, just keep going,
Yeah,
I watched it early in the
same
morning,
way.
so I just went all through it. But it was great. I loved every episode.
It's intense, right? And it's
intense.
Kind of emotional and stress-inducing. But then
and there was a few episodes where they slow down. They slow down to bring in more story, to bring in more,
introduce
to bring you to drag, fish you in a little bit more. They're bringing you in.
And on top of that, just the fact that everyone in that room is faced with crippling debt. So everyone has their story.
Right.
And you introduce with a new person, you're like, oh, I wonder what their story is.
And it's you're thinking
or
that
you will get it. You get
you're
little
thinking
notes
that for everybody. The players, the staff, staff are probably there for a reason too. They're probably
there was that theory. Have you heard that theory?
Red or blue. That's
whoever picks
the guards are red
or the blue one.
When they're playing the game, like the POG game or whatever that game is. They're one's blue and one's red. So the contestants are blue and the guards are red. If you start, I don't know how that would work. If you end or play, I don't know how that game works. But you start or end with the red or the blue, then you become a guard or you become a contestant. Because it's a double. It would be. Imagine if you're forced to be a guard.
See, I'd
rather be a guard.
I always got the feeling the guards had been there beforehand. That they were.
I don't know. They go to work and they have their bedroom.
It's not.
They get fed like
I hadn't thought about that. Okay,
it's not confirmed. It's more of a fan theory.
Well, I was kind of thinking about that as watching it, because they don't explain
that's
those
what makes it
either.
That's a fan theory. They
and by the symbols who's a boss and who's a worker or whatever.
The
hierarchy of the symbols. Of the PlayStation controller.
It's a game for everybody, other than the people betting on it.
Maybe season 2 is from the other end. Yeah, maybe season 2 becomes from the other perspective.
That would be crazy. Like you're being forced to be a guard.
Yeah, he just when he chooses to be a bad father.
Yeah. Now I thoroughly enjoyed the show. I love the character development, the character drama, and kind of like, what would happen if you were in this situation in real life where you were down to the lowest you could possibly get. What kind of human choices would you make in a situation like that? And I think that was what compelled me more than anything, because I really liked that human drama about what the show brought forth. And I don't watch a lot of international, shows and movies. I really should, but it just shows that the quality of filmmaking around the world is as good as anything American actually can put out there.
Right.
Providing they've got the right material, the right people, and all
Right.
that. And that's always great to see, that sort of thing happen.
And not to mention that South Korea is like a powerhouse in entertainment.
Oh, absolutely. Oh yeah, totally, completely. Yeah.
And I did like it seems like it's a relatable thing. Like most of the world is in debt, and it's kind of an overlying theme on these last two big things that came out from South Korea, like Parasite and Squid Game are like two prominent films that come from South Korea, and it gives you a good cross section of like the state of a lot of people's debt and their problems. And
is it a high gambling? Is it like an addiction with gambling type of?
No, it's like, what do you think it is like here too? It's the same as the U.S.
Money, like everything,
the whole concept of having credit and spending money you don't have for stuff you don't need. It's just this is late stage capitalism. Oh shit, DJ, what up? That's my homie from
that's cool,
from the Bay. We used to paint together.
Oh, awesome.
And, he's currently back in Cali from the Philippines.
So Lavelle does bring up an interesting question here. Actually, I like this. Who would be the first to die in Squid Game? Raise your hand.
I would have been like,
let's
the
extend
person
on
who
that.
died
Let's extend. Yeah, well, let's extend on that.
I think I would have got through the first course.
Would you die? Yeah,
I would have gotten through the Simon Says or whatever.
I would have died.
I would have got through red light, green light.
I would have got through red light, green light.
I would have died because I wouldn't have understood the seriousness of it.
Yeah,
and I probably would have just got shot. Like, I'm like,
in the first.
That's what makes that scene really realistic, because one guy gets shot and the other people start flinching.
Yeah.
And everybody gets shot.
Yeah.
It's like it's the first round. The first round, one guy makes a mistake and gets shot, and then everybody just kind of flinches and they run for the door, and then like everybody you're just like, we're serious.
It's massacre.
Oh my gosh, scary.
Massacre. Yeah, that's when I probably would realistically, like, I'd like to think that I'm like a main character.
Right.
And like in a zombie movie, I'd be a survivor, But like, shit, I probably died before I knew what was going on. I'd still be looking for the cat.
Yeah,
my only issue is like the cat's gone.
Yeah, if I knew the rules in advance of understanding,
but that's
then but the idea is you don't know the rules yet.
And I would have ended up being one of the people who don't come back, because remember in the second episode, they're like, well, keep eyes on the people who didn't come back. And they kind of just leave that. I definitely wouldn't have gone back.
Yeah, I would like to believe I'd make it that far, but
if you can vote out of that,
I don't take most things seriously, so I would have been dead at the beginning.
Yeah.
Oops.
I think I would have made it through red light, green light, because I remember playing that as a kid. Something similar to that, and I was pretty good at it. I would usually survive the freezing and all that, being still. But I think the second one would have done it for me.
Which one was that? Was that the honeycomb?
The honeycomb licking.
The honeycomb,
honeycomb. That was the second one.
I think
5, right?
I think it was. Yeah, there was 6. Yeah,
6.
Yeah, but
it's just thinking about it. I'm just
the honeycomb one's messed up too, because you'd have to have you're hoping that your thing is like perfect,
right?
And he's looking on the back, and you can see one's a bit thinner, Yeah. And if your wafer wasn't like perfect, made perfect, you're gonna get a crack in it no matter what.
Right? Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, that's why they're making so much sugar
In my brain, I
quality
picked
control
Umbrella.
going on.
I picked Umbrella too before they went in there. I was like,
yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh,
so I didn't. That's the one I would have gone to provided
really. Oh God, yeah.
As I was watching, that's what I was thinking in my head.
Well, if we ever get stuck in that situation, we know what to do now.
If I were by a miracle survived the first game, I'd be all right with that one.
I'm sure everyone's going to do that at their Halloween party now.
I would be impatient. I want to move really fast without my hands working on something. So I'd want to work on it really fast, and I'd be the kind of person who would snap the cookie and break it into that.
You and your ham
fist. Yeah.
We call Brent ham fist Brent on
what?
set. Just kidding. No.
What?
No, we don't. I'm joking. No one's ever said that. No one has ever said that. You're just describing yourself that way. That's all. I'm just going off of that.
Did you also notice, I saw this online afterwards and I was like, oh my God, there's some really great points. Did you see that the 4 main characters who, survived towards the end there, they actually died in the same form of where they ended up in this place in the first place. The girl threatened with a knife to cut the throat of some guy, and she ended up with a knife through her throat.
Okay.
The one the douchebag
during the game. This is like during the course of the
but before she actually entered the game, she threatened the guy into the throat with a knife.
Okay, you're right.
No, she died in that same spot by getting cut in that same spot.
The douchebag who escaped from that, from the other thugs, jumped off a bridge into the water. He died by falling off the bridge.
Right.
In the end, the one guy who ended up by getting the stones instead of the marbles at the end, he actually ended up by stealing the cash from the other guy.
Oh, right.
So he actually, and so he and then the guy who committed suicide.
What goes around comes around.
He ended up by committing suicide in the end. So those
and so the main character started the show by seeing his daughter, and then at the end of the show, he doesn't see his daughter.
That
was his thing.
Right, but also he became the antagonist in the real world. He had red hair. He dyed his hair red, like he was the red characters, the red hoods and everything. And he became the one who was and when he approached the guy at the end in the train station, when he went and he told the guy, don't play this game, he was the antagonist, pushing that guy playing the game up against the wall, being threatening, and he became a subconscious threat, threatening. So, which was
I'll have to go back and watch.
It's like one of those things. Also, there was other things I had come across. The tug of war, in fact, comes up as well. When it comes to the old man, there were so many things in there that gave little leads as to who he was at the end. Including the tug of war. The chains were unlocked on his rope. Everybody else had a lock on the chain on the.
I didn't see that.
I did catch in the very first episode. He was the first one. He was like so ready to run.
He was so ready. He was very happy. Everybody else was.
He was.
But then we thought he was just a crazy old man.
And then I kind of just forgot. I kind of just forgot about that. But like after you're like, he's like, oh, he knew these games.
He knew these games.
It's one of those things like it gets revealed, and then you're like,
he picked the games. I mean,
those
were his games.
Exactly. Exactly.
He picked the games.
It's all making sense. It's all making sense. It's like one of those moments. Like you look back at his you just
that was great. That was a great character.
Right.
Sixth Sense like flashback moment.
But there was a lot of cool things in that show, and something I really want to revisit and watch and look at all these details, because there's so much of foreshadowing in this series that is all there. Which was quite entertaining to come across some of these comments I found online along the way, just in the last day or so.
The other thing I thought was interesting, that this game, the Squid Game, is like for like 5 or 6 people. It's not like the Running Man where it's like on TV and everyone can see it.
Right.
This is for an elite group of like 5 to 10 people that are billionaires that like want to see
Who, by the way, I couldn't stand their dialogue. Those rich people. Ugh.
Yeah.
They sounded like bad guys in a Jackie Chan movie.
Yeah, they were a little over the top. Yeah,
but almost written as probably. I think they were played as American, or like I don't know, that maybe because they were trying to be written for like American douchebags or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's exactly why. That's why they sound like Jackie Chan bad guys.
Yeah.
They always sound like white bad guys in
white
like Asian movies.
Yeah,
like, they all sound the same.
There you go. Okay, I get it.
Like Ip Man and stuff like that. The English dialogue is always like so bad. It's cringeworthy.
Yeah. But
you know what I'm talking about, right?
I know what you're talking about.
Ravel knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So any other last thoughts on the Squid Game at this point?
No, I'm just are they going to do a second season?
I do not know.
I don't see why they
with the success of this series, I don't see why they won't. Yeah,
and it's like they left it open. There's a lot there's a lot. I mean, like just like we were saying, like what if that next season is being you're a guard and you're not a contestant, and it's like
well, we do get to see that point of view through the
a little bit, but we don't
get
know
to see the recruiting process.
We don't know where their world's from and what he just kind of sneaked in. We don't know what any of that is. What if you're following a character that was like, what? Like you get into
their hiring process.
You get the like plain book instructions of like take this gun and shoot anybody that doesn't like follow instructions, and like you have to, and like it would have been interesting if like every night they get like one paycheck or one token or something after they like finish their. They didn't show that, but
I do agree with Liam Hill that the dubbing kind of did pull me out a little bit because I mean it's very hard to actually pronounce words that are completely different and foreign in the first place, but it did pull me out a little bit. It was the only thing I could say about the show that pulled me out. There's once in a while.
Specific mannerisms that are required when dubbing Asian stuff because of like the languages and the nature of their languages. So a lot of the time, like, well, what are you doing, huh? Like I grew up watching tons of like kung fu movies.
It started out more on the one, the spastic lady. I can't remember her character. It stood more out on her because
so trying to match it up with like the
tonality,
the tonality of Korean.
Tonality or
it is difficult.
Pattern or whatever.
You're filling in, and that's a common thing in a lot of dubs, like especially like old kung fu movies. There's weird like mannerisms.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely. All have something in common.
But once you do get past that, it really was a compelling story and definitely worth watching. As a overall story, it pulled me in, and I don't think like most shows that go for 9 hours usually have like a 15, 20 minutes, 30-minute kind of area where it just drags on.
Right.
And I didn't get that feeling from any.
I didn't get that on any one of these episodes.
Yeah,
and
that's really saying something to the
through.
And
that's why it's a nation. It's a national like phenomenon.
It's a worldwide. It's a worldwide phenomenon.
Worldwide.
Yeah,
Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. What other things? I think we've covered. Anything else on the TV world that you wanted to cover, guys? Anything that was news this week that was in TV that...
TV? No. Nothing I can think of.
No shows, nothing new? Okay, that's cool. Well, let's jump into the movie section. So, I went and saw No Time to Die last night. The James Bond film, 007.
Mm-hmm.
Battle Royale? Yeah.
How was it?
I completely enjoyed it. It was definitely a fitting ending to. This is a non-spoiler review, guys, so I'm keeping it spoiler-free.
Yeah, I haven't seen it
because most people haven't seen it, and it was in a nutshell for me. It was a very fitting way to end the franchise under I forgot his name. Daniel Craig. Thank you. Yeah, Daniel Craig. Wow. It was a late night screening, so I'm still kind of waking up.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing at Liam's.
What's that? Oh
boy.
You're checking him.
He hasn't met his dragon yet. He needs to meet a dragon.
He'll meet his
dragon.
Why?
Dragon.
When you run into people,
wait a minute.
Run into people who don't like dragons and stuff like that, it's because they never met a dragon.
If you saw Dragon Slayer as your first dragon movie when you were a kid, you probably wouldn't like Dragon Slayer. I don't know. I just don't like dragons.
So he never met one because he's closed dragons from his life.
Like, dragons
are not interesting.
Liam is British. Dragons
his heart
are
is
his
closed.
He has a dragon as a pet.
I wasn't even into.
He needs to open his heart. He hasn't. He's lacking the character arc he needs for that part of his life.
You can't love everything. You can't love everything.
Okay, so on dragons, very quickly, Liam, what would be your dragon of choice? What color-wise? Same with you.
What's your favorite dragon movie?
I mean, what the ones I'm talking about changed during seasons, Brent. Like,
okay, all right.
There is no.
I was always partial to gold dragons, but that was just me.
Okay.
Yeah, you are fancy like that.
Yeah, well, you know.
That. You like things. That's what it is.
Yeah. Okay, well, Lavelle, you just created an enemy with Elijah there.
No, hey, I can't back up. I'm not
Elijah,
into dragons.
guys,
I don't know why
Elijah,
he
has his opinions. All right, guys.
Yeah.
He doesn't like everything.
Yeah.
He's not like me. Just watch everything.
There you go.
There's just not enough time in the world so you can't watch everything.
I'm picky, yeah.
But it's possible to like
everything.
everything.
Watch everything. You can't like everything.
Yeah. But you
It's
can't
not
watch
possible to like everything.
So anyway,
I don't like Nazis.
No Time to Die. Definitely worth checking out. Absolutely on the big screen in IMAX if you can see it in IMAX. The score's done by Hans Zimmer, and I love movie scores.
Ooh.
It's a beautiful score. Really intense. Really, really, full on what you'd expect from the Bond type of score to be. And I think it's the first time that he's ever done a Bond film as well for scoring it. So that was great. The film made $56 million in its opening weekend in the United States, which was apparently underwhelming to what they were expecting. But I hope it does better. It's definitely it's over 300 million worldwide, so it's definitely going to make its money. And yeah,
that might roll over for a couple of weeks. Like after first.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. We don't have a lot coming out next week, I don't think. So nothing big enough to be competition, at least not until Eternals. So that was my little take on that. If you get the chance, seriously, go see it. Lot of fun, really great action, and everything you'd expect from a Daniel Craig James Bond film. So yeah. What else we got in the movie news? There was a new Dune trailer dropped this past week too. If you guys saw it.
Yeah. Oh God, I'm so stoked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got my tickets for opening day on Thursday of 2 weeks from now.
I'm just gonna have to watch that one on HBO Max. I'm just gonna watch it at home.
Oh, fair enough. I want to see it on the big screen just to see it on the big screen. I
want to, but with the dog, it makes it hard to take her. Because I got to put her in, depending on the time that I go. But
fair enough.
I might be able to catch it.
Right. No, that's fair enough. I'm looking forward to seeing it, but I think it's going to be very slow, like the original and like the book is. And I'm not big on slow-moving films.
I think it's gonna. I think just from the visuals, I think it's going to be pretty. Not as slow as you would expect.
Okay. Well,
I mean, I like the last Blade Runner, so.
See, that was slow to me. That was very slow to me.
I'm down for the immersive, kind of just vibe of a movie, when they kind of just whisper at you all day for hours.
Okay, fair enough. that could put me to sleep.
I really enjoy that type of film too. I know Jason and I are on that same tip, but yeah, I don't know. I can get more into.
Why does that not surprise me, Lavelle?
I mean, some people haven't seen Citizen Kane, so
yeah, fair enough.
Have you two seen Citizen Kane?
No.
Yeah,
I should have
multiple times.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you can see that. You can see that I am the Venn diagram of these two guys.
All right. Okay.
Like prequels.
In the middle, like, oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah,
they have seen everything that both of us have seen.
Paul Thomas Anderson, George Lucas. I love them both, but you two,
yeah, okay,
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, no,
my place is good.
Well, that's not the best example. But
yeah, that's not the best example. But
Paul
Thomas Anderson,
he's got a new movie coming out, French Dispatch, which I'm very excited for.
Oh, yeah?
Those are the two movies I'm excited for.
I thought that was Wes Anderson.
Oh my God, I'm sorry, Wes Anderson. Well, okay, yeah.
Your Anderson's right, Elijah.
When is that film come out, Elijah?
That's true. I'm sorry, but I'm only thinking because I'm thinking of the two movies. These two movies that are coming out that I want to see is one is a Wes Anderson movie, The French Dispatch, and the other one is
that's been delayed for so long.
I know that's another movie that's been pushed and pushed and pushed.
Yeah.
Is that because of COVID? I wonder.
Because of COVID and because of the
and it's a Wes Anderson movie. Every time he comes out with one, it's a huge deal.
Right.
So when is that releasing? Is that this year or is that
like the 26th or something?
Oh, of this month.
Soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's in it? Is it Diego Luna?
Is
he in it?
And I don't know a lot about the story, but I don't even care. Like I'm just gonna all his movies are very entertaining to me.
Right.
But they are a little. Slower moving. That's why. That's like I'm
definitely an acquired taste.
Like that, you could say as much as you want about all these slow movies, but they're filling your visual space 100%.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like so, I ain't tripping.
Yeah. And I'm sorry to go back to P.T. Anderson. Did you see the Licorice Pizza trailer, Jason?
No, I didn't see that yet.
That's P.T. Anderson's new movie. It's called Licorice Pizza, and it.
I just see the trailer last night.
So it's like takes place in the valley, right?
In the valley, yeah. Something about a girl, some girl that works at a record store, maybe, and a kid. And
sounds right up at Elijah's alley, dude. Records Valley.
Now I'm going breaking his name.
Like a triple threat already.
That is why Elijah doesn't watch Dragon movies.
I watch Dragon movies, Brent, and I also watch those. What's your excuse for me? That isn't the reason.
I'm kidding.
Because his art. We've been over this. His heart is closed.
Yep.
You gotta open your heart, Elijah.
I opened my heart.
Not to dragons, though. Not to
dragons.
Maybe for Icelandic music, but not dragons.
I like Pete's dragon, and I like is the dragon from I don't even know his name, so I can't say I like him.
What, the Sean Connery's dragon?
Never-ending Story. Is he a dragon? The Thunder Falcor.
Falcor? Yes, he's a dragon from Never-ending Story.
Would be that would be maybe my two favorite dragons.
The Luck Dragon.
He likes 80s.
Falcor is an awesome dragon.
80s
Falcor
dragons
is probably one of the best dragons out there.
So those, Falcor. Yeah. I'll go for Falcor as my favorite dragon.
His heart is opening, guys.
Yeah,
his heart.
It has opened. It's been open for Falcor right here. It's always been.
There you go. Oh yeah.
Always wanted to ride on the back.
Yeah, open up Elijah's heart.
We're wasting too much time on Dragon
box.
We are.
Hey, you're the one who said if you just agreed to like dragons,
dragons are cool. Dragons are cool.
All right. Dragons are cool.
I have a bit of movie
and
news.
I like Dragon, the Bruce Lee story.
That's a great one too. It's great.
Fair enough.
It's good stuff.
Oop.
I have some movie news, guys. Yeah, we have a scoop of Jake Gyllenhaal has been cast in Guy Ritchie's new movie.
Okay, I didn't read that.
No idea what the movie's going to be.
All right.
Did you guys watch his last movie?
I did not. Jake Gyllenhaal?
Guy Ritchie.
Oh, no.
Wrath of Man. Jason Statham.
No, I haven't.
It's pretty cool. It all takes place in downtown LA, so I was like, I know that spot. Oh, I know that.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. It's one of those movies you're like,
one of those.
Every location.
Nolan's upcoming film, Oppenheimer, has cast
Christopher Nolan?
Yeah, has cast.
It's not even started filming. Okay.
Has cast Cillian Murphy, a Nolan veteran, if you will, to be in his movie.
Okay.
Rumors of Will Poulter to be cast as Adam Warlock in James Gunn's.
I did see that today. Yeah.
Galaxy, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume.
What has he been in before? I recognize the face, but I can't think of what he's been.
He's in The Millers with you guys see Jason Sudeikis, Jennifer Aniston, and what's her name? Nancy Drew.
I haven't seen it.
He's also in the Bandersnatch episode of Black Mirror. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah, that one was.
Yeah. I remember.
He's in that. What else? He's in a lot of stuff. He did. He was in a movie that. What's his name? The chef in Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels.
Okay.
He's like a director. He did a movie like back in 2013, and he's like a star in it. It's a great movie. I can't think of the freaking movie. Oh,
you'll think of it.
Get your hands out my
street.
He's also in that.
Right.
He also has a picture online of him dressed as Sid from Toy Story, and it's spot on.
Oh, really?
Like it's a Halloween costume. Oh, damn! Look at this kid. If you search kid eyebrows, I think he's in the Hunger Games too.
Okay.
You kids know. He is rumored to be cast as Adam Warlock. And
that sounds cool.
Speaking of cast rumors, Madonna has confirmed that she was approached to play Catwoman in Batman Returns, but turned it down
on Jimmy Kimmel
to Michelle Pfeiffer.
On Jimmy Fallon, yeah.
And that's crazy. I had no idea about that rumor.
I never heard that rumor too.
Written for Michelle Pfeiffer because she was so perfect. And now I'm thinking about Madonna in that role, and it would have been a different thing. You know, would have felt different.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think she has the chops to play that role because of the Dick Tracy movie.
I think that must have been a very early casting choice before they even started filming.
Like around the time when Sean Young showed up dressed as Catwoman.
It was Sean. Yeah, that must have been just before she showed up. Like, you know.
Right.
Sean Young was supposed to be like Vicky Vale,
and she didn't get it, and then she wanted to be Catwoman, so she showed up at Warner Brothers office.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And then Tim Burton was like, "Don't let that woman in this building."
And I'm wondering what this is before they had that Catwoman costume. So what she dressed like? What was her costume that she went
like
as
Eartha
Catwoman?
Kitt's?
She put it on herself, right? Yes, you gotta go
that
for the
old
lady, or like a Julie Newmar style, like a Julie Newmar.
It would have been belt, it would have been that Eartha Kitt like
Yzma
Halloween costume. That's how Brent.
She was awesome in Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah,
although she voice acted in that.
But that would be the only thing available, right? As a Catwoman costume, unless it was custom.
Yeah, right.
And like the whole cowl thing, like that's what you got to consider.
Madonna?
The how like the Tim Burton movies are kind of like so iconic that we have this now we have like a what Catwoman's supposed to look like in real life now. Other than just they did kind of go
well, we have so many versions of Catwoman.
Fall back to form, if you will, with Anne Hathaway's Catwoman looking like the Adam West with just the kind of domino mask thing instead of a cowl.
Yeah, well, they kind of did a suit where she was more in a tactical. But
it's like totally referenced to like what's her name, goggles. Catwoman. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, but that's like a comic book version, anyways.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
And I think that's all. Oh, speaking of cats, guys, Andrew Lloyd Webber, writer of the Cats Broadway, has said has reported, source on a Variety has said that he's watched the movie Cats and was so it was so disappointing to him that he went and bought a dog.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Crazy. There you go.
And that's my little bits of news for the week.
That's cool. Fair enough.
Jason's news corner.
I've got one last movie thing to add here. It was a Netflix show that dropped about 2 weeks ago, and a good friend of mine, David Yaveski, in fact, directed it. And all three of us have worked with Yavo on other pieces of music video and things we've done in the past. But he directed this film that was produced by Sam Raimi called Nightbooks, based off of a book series. And if you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. It's really worth it. It's got this really awesome cross between, it's still children's book, children's story kind of level storytelling, but there's some pretty dark things in there that are pretty cool and very, very Yaveski styled.
Yeah. And with the blessing of Sam Raimi's,
with the blessing of Sam Raimi, I actually got the chance to go to a private screening a few weeks ago where they did a screening outdoors in an outdoor area kind of thing, and played it for friends of the director. And his wife, Autumn Steed, she actually designed the costumes and some immaculate costumes. Kristen Ritter, in fact, is in it. She's the lead who was, as we know, from Jessica Jones. Yeah. She also was in Breaking Bad. And she was great. So if you get the chance, just a quick plug out there.
What's the running time on that? Is it like a full 2-hour movie, hour and a half?
It's about an hour and a half, an hour, 40 minutes kind of thing. It's just an incredible makeup. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's definitely in the horror. It's in the horror genre of things.
Ring in this spooky season with Yarbo's new project.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nightbooks.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually will chat to him and see if I can get him on sometime, because I'd love to talk about it behind the scenes. It's worth it. I've heard him talk about some of the stuff, and it's quite fascinating. So yeah. So yeah, I don't know, Elijah, any other movie news you can think of that you've seen?
The only other movie I'm interested in right now, which is coming out on Halloween, I believe, is Last Night in Soho.
Okay.
And that's a Edgar Wright movie.
Yeah.
And I don't know much about it, but it just looks interesting. I like the it just looks interesting. I don't know much about it.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying. I like that he's like doing new things.
Yeah,
like,
this is
branching
something
away.
Yeah,
he's finished the Cornetto trilogy.
Right.
He's like, following his last movie, Baby Driver.
Baby Driver, and this one sets a girl dream. She's
time travel going on,
time traveling thing in the 60s,
like
and there's
a whole
separate
going on.
Her separate alter ego or an alter personality that she's dealing with.
Right.
But it looks interesting. I know it's gonna have a great soundtrack. So
that's cool.
And it's released on Halloween, so it's
that's cool. Actually, one last movie news. They did drop. In fact, Elijah and I did a reaction video, which didn't end up by being huge with information, but they did do a live panel for New York ComicCon for the Ghostbusters Afterlife. And it was interesting. We were hoping to have seen some sort of footage, but in the end, they ended up by dropping the entire movie for the audience. Now, the fun thing about that is I've read this morning, so many people have saw that movie at the New York ComicCon, and it's been getting rave reviews as a movie. It's not just a matter of it being a fun kids film or whatever. That people are saying it's a well-structured movie. So I'm very excited now to seeing the Ghostbusters Afterlife by hearing these reviews.
I'm excited too. They did release it a month ago at a different convention. So they did the same thing where they just nobody talk about it. And it's nice. Like all these people are not online spoiling it, which they totally could, and spoil the ending and it's good. It's like none of the reviews. I don't want to say I'm watching reviews, but it's not like you go on YouTube and you see it just without
hey, Clone Humor,
welcome. Someone's headline right away, So
right.
It's I'm excited not to know anything and excited to experience it. Going in not knowing much.
Right. Me too.
It's always risky. It's always risky, like coming back to an old property and bringing it back. Like
especially
I can't think
something
of
like that when they've tried to do it already and it maybe necessarily didn't work. So now they're going back to kind of what people have wanted this whole time,
Right. Yeah. No, it's I'm excited to see how this film plays out, but it's going to be a blast. And
I would suggest that we all have to go together or rent a theater or something. That would be nice to that would be a nice movie to see.
Ooh, and hold a huge discussion.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
About all the movies.
We'll do that.
All
the movies. 1, 2, 3. We'll do that. As we get closer to Ghostbusters,
wait a minute.
We'll do a Ghostbusters.
Can I do another movie thing? Did you guys hear about Rocky 4 director's cut? It's called Rocky versus Drago, and there's 40 extra minutes in Rocky 4.
I thought they were editing out the robot stuff.
Is it like extended montages? That's extra 20 minutes of montage and then 20 minutes of fighting?
Right, 80% of that movie is montages. It's a montage movie, which is
it's probably just the cutting room floor of
that's the
movie
montages. You can watch because it goes at the beginning goes a montage over all 3 movies. Then it has the fight, and then he has he's driving and he thinks about more of the other 2 movies and why he needs to fight for Apollo. Then he has the fight. It's
kind of
there's
training montages.
How
in TV episodes, there's that flashback episode that you have once in a while because they're
re-releasing it in the theater for one day, and it has 40 extra
Rocky
minutes.
4 is
never before seen footage.
Okay.
Which
right.
I'm not like a huge Rocky fan, but I thought that was interesting. I thought that was interesting because it is my favorite Rocky movie, and to have
that is the one.
There's more story in there that they never did because they put in because they probably decided to go for all those montages. There's probably a lot of interesting.
There was probably some actual filmed footage.
Yeah, like actual
that
scenes.
missing.
Like
and they just filled it with montage. So like, so less montage then.
Isn't that? It's a 1 day Phantom event thing. I don't know what day it is, but I just heard that recently. So, anyways, I'll throw that.
I grew up with that stuff. My dad loved any Stallone movies at the time. Like, that was his favorite star at the time. So I grew up watching all the Rambos and Rockies, along with like Star Wars and your Schwarzeneggers and your Conans, and
that's cool. So. Just a few other things that this is we break away from the film stuff. They're actually releasing Hot Toys have been releasing some new stuff, and as you know, I'm a huge fan of the Hot Toys Star Wars stuff that's been coming out. And they didn't have a lot during the New York ComicCon, but one of the characters from the animated show of The Bad Batch, which I thoroughly enjoyed, they're releasing a 12-inch scale of Crosshair, which is one of the good guy / bad guy characters, which is kind of cool. I don't know if I'll be collecting the Bad Batch series, but at the same time, it's kind of cool to see that they're producing this cool content. Hasbro kind of broken away from some of the toy line and not made it as detailed, in my opinion. There's been some, I've been collecting Hot Toys these days. So. And this is something, Elijah, I know you're a huge fan of Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Oh, they're finally doing it?
This is a statue.
This is a statuette. So these are not the 12-inch figures. This one looks nice, but man, like I versus buying that statuette, I just want I want to complete my other 12-inch figures and get a full-size DeLorean, like I missed it the first time.
From the second one. Yeah. Flies or the end of the first one.
Do you have a photo?
I don't have a photo on offhand, but
Jason, they're doing the Western version, the part 3. So they're doing Doc Marty.
But they've
Western version, Western clothing.
They already
and
built
the
DeLorean. Yeah, they built the Back to the Future 2 DeLorean and had it on display at San Diego ComicCon a few years ago.
Yeah, I was there. That was it. Taking a photo of it. Yeah, and it just has the wheels and the light. The lights from under. It would be nice to have a kit where it's like it wouldn't be very hard to take off Mr. Fusion and put on the antenna and then have one that you can. That's versatile. It's like a few extra pieces you have to take out if you're going to spend that much money on a vehicle. Like having to buy that 3 times
should be that's a business thing, dude. They're not.
I know it's a business thing, but you're making all the figures, and it's like with that they could make it even if you had to buy the parts separately. I don't know. It seems like they could do that. It's a bit rough that they
they know people would
if they're
buy
gonna make
the
you
whole
buy
thing
it
all
3
over
times.
Again.
Right. Yeah. Right now, like what we're saying, they only have version 1, which you can't buy anymore, and now they're showing version 3, which is the Western version.
Yeah. And what are the stuff that came out?
You think they're going to release the truck that he drag races? Like
I would love to see him release the. I would love to see him release the train.
Before the train, I would rather have a Clara figure. I'd rather have Mary Steenburgen.
The train,
Clara
the train.
The train would be huge. It'd be half
it would be great. It'd be 6 feet long.
Steampunk.
Like the size of a refrigerator.
That's some steampunk right there in cinema, if anything.
Yeah. That's true.
The Jason, any Vogu news or?
Vogu news. I am. I mean, we got the Mutts drop coming soon. It's an announcement coming up soon.
That's cool.
They're looking cool. I'm really stoked on how these things look, and I'm thinking the Vogu fam will be happy. Cool. I'm only here to make more Vogu for you guys. That's the dream. So there's more stuff to come. Cool. Like there's a lot of projects we got coming up,
right?
And I'd like to tell the Vogu peeps to stay tuned for that. And I've also introduced some like live drawing sessions on Twitch.
That's cool.
That I'm going to be start a whole series of that too. So
that's cool.
Did my first one this last Wednesday, and
Just a quick recap for those that might not know with Vogu. They're part of NFTs that are online and digital art that you can purchase. I did read something interesting on Frank Miller's NFT. Some of his art, piece of his art.
Sold something for $800,000 or something.
Yeah,
like
I know that's crazy. $840,000.
Well, what? It's like a page from
Frank Miller
Sin
art.
City.
Okay,
Sin City.
right. Gotcha.
Like was that Marv?
But that would have had to have been digital art from scratch, correct? That
no, it could be minted by him or someone.
Okay,
you know.
Gotcha. All right. Okay.
Huh. As long as the metadata or the the contract shows that the creator of it and it's Frank Miller,
right?
Then things get auctioned. It's crazy. Some NFTs get auctioned off at Christie's, which is like the auction house.
Wow, really?
Yeah, that's where people sold a piece for like $64 million or something like that.
Man.
There's been some apes sold for like a lot on Christie's auction too, and that's one of my goals is to get a Vogue at Christie's.
That's heck yeah. That's a good goal.
That's cool.
Yeah, so yeah, there's more stuff. I'm gonna start doing one-of-ones of like just drawings instead of my generative projects.
Right.
I got a foundation account, and that's like a marketplace for NFTs. So I'll have some stuff coming up soon.
Is there a plan to do any like merch or prints or anything like that with some of the characters?
Yeah, we want to do some clothing. I want to release some hoodies, like actual hoodies that the Vogue are wearing.
Right.
Cool.
We got like 2 designs that we're looking to get released.
That's
and
cool.
We want to kind of
I can imagine those selling out like immediately too.
Yeah.
Thing,
I'm gonna buy a bunch of them.
Oh my god, I'll have to buy a couple too.
That's cool.
And so we got those coming up soon. We'll announce that soon. And
awesome.
There's also like we'd also want to do like our own clothing line too. So that's something we're working on.
That would be cool.
It's great.
All types of mediums that
you actually become a fashion designer as well, a clothing designer.
That has been kind of like Vogue are like kind of they run parallel with like fashion and stuff. You're wearing these robots, so it goes in hand. It's just it's all fashion based and tech based, so it's like a vehicle. The Vogue is a vehicle for technology and fashion.
And technology.
Right. Yeah, that's cool. Awesome. Any other interesting things? Any other cool things? Elijah, you actually picked up something cool just recently, didn't you?
I picked up a Proton Pack.
Oh yeah,
a Spirits Halloween Proton Pack, and it looks great. I got it because it looks so nice.
From Ghostbusters, guys.
I've always wanted a Ghostbusters Proton Pack, and you can get this online. You can get it for $79. That's what's listed
That's
for.
Cool.
But if you have the Honey app, or you can get like a $20 discount on it, so it's like $59.
Nice.
That's cool.
And it's really well done. They did one last year, and they've done some updates on it. Like this one has like a better front straps for it, like
it's more comfortable,
accurate, and like a waist strap on it, so it sits nicer. But for what you're getting, it's a great little replica, and I've already started doing a little aging on it to like just
make cool. Get some rub and buff on there.
Yeah, just a little scruff on it. But it also has, let me turn it on here real quick. It's got the sounds, and it does the circular clock motion like it does in the movie. And it has so it's nice and well priced. I mean, for the price, you really can't beat it. And I imagine they're going to sell out like...
We're guessing that Elijah will be a Ghostbuster for Halloween. What are you doing for Halloween, Jason?
Me and my girlfriend are going to dress as Ponyo. She's gonna be Ponyo. I'm gonna be Sosuke. I don't know if you guys seen the movie Ponyo by.
I have not. No.
It's a Miyazaki cartoon.
All right.
It's a good one. It's like their version of Little Mermaid, I guess.
Okay.
But she loves that, and she was like, "We're gonna be Ponyo." I was like, "All right, I had some ideas, but I guess that's what we're gonna do." I mean, it's easy.
Your ideas are next year.
I got like a yellow shirt, brown shorts, and she's getting like a dress, and and she's gonna carry a green bucket. Oh, we just lost Elijah.
Oh, Well, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing next year. Next month. At the end of this month, I haven't got any plans at all for Halloween. Actually,
Yeah, I had no plans either.
Yeah, it's pretty much be
You
out
just
the
got at
years.
least have a
Sometimes,
comes ready just in case something comes up.
I
That's
definitely have to
what I
pull
usually
something
do.
together. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the best way to have it, is just to pull something together. So, whoop, Elijah's back. Hang on a second. There we go.
Oh, there
There's
he is.
Elijah. He's frozen again.
Took my seat. You taking my seat for?
I
don't know. We lost you for a minute there, Elijah. But yeah, guys, we're coming up on just over an hour now. So, any other thoughts or news of interest of this week? Otherwise, we'll move it through and we'll.
I'd like to. Oh,
we lost Elijah.
I mean, I'm gonna be revisiting Cowboy Bebop in anticipation of the live action show coming soon to Netflix.
Yeah, I might actually watch that with you because I've never seen it. So
I want
do a reaction.
I want it fresh in my mind. I'm gonna curate reactions to specific episodes.
Okay.
So we'll do the pilot, and then after that you can start watching, and then up to like specific episodes that I'll curate. I'll get that to you by tomorrow, and then we can probably start doing some watch along or some reactions to that.
Yeah, sounds cool. Yeah, let's do that. We'll do reaction videos. We're pretty quiet with here's Elijah. We're pretty
I don't know what
quiet
happened.
with
Sorry.
That's all right. That's cool. We're pretty quiet with reaction videos for a few weeks. I mean, we don't really see anything new come back that we'd normally watch until Hawkeye, which is like about 7 weeks from now.
So how about this Wednesday?
Yeah.
Instead of like, the normal what if that would be playing, we do the first episode of Cowboy Bebop.
Sounds cool. Yeah, let's do that.
We'll get that in anticipation for the live action coming
series. Up. Yeah, which is when again? It's in November.
It's in I think it's in November.
Okay.
Anyone out there know? Oh no, they'll look and they'll comment.
Yeah. Well, either way, that sounds like fun. I have no idea really about what and who Cowboy Bebop is, so I will be curious to check it out.
We shall find out.
Yeah, exactly. But apart from that, guys,
where's the original Bebop streaming right now? Jason, where's it streaming? The original Bebop?
I own it, so I don't even.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, sure. It's a Google away, guys. But I'm sure
I thought I missed something. I'm sorry. That's why I was asking.
Oh no, we're just talking about.
Now would be a good time
videos.
if I know you guys have never done it, but you could do a free trial on Crunchyroll or something. There's a 30-day trial. You see it all. I mean, if you want to keep watching, anime, if you become anime fans from this, you keep your Crunchyroll account, but use the free trial. Check it out. This isn't plugged. This isn't a Crunchyroll plug or anything like that, but
I can't tell if Lavelle's being sarcastic or not there. But anyway, guys, that is it for this week. We will bring you some sort of reaction video during the week, and if anything drops, we will pull together and do some information on that sort of stuff in the entertainment field if there's anything cool. It seems still quiet on the Star Wars news right now, but I am looking forward to Star Wars upcoming stuff to talk about, since I'm primarily Star Wars. And Marvel is pretty quiet too, but I'm glad that everybody here has had the chance to join along and follow through. If you made it this far, please like and subscribe. And we will see you guys next week. Thanks, Jason. Thanks, Elijah.
Thank you.
All right,
guys.
And thank you, everybody else. Thank you, chat, for joining us. Awesome. All right. Bye.